Hello? Is the music volume okay, guys? But hello. How are you guys? I'm eating soup right now. Don't mind me, just eating some soup. But I thought I could chat with you guys while I eat my dinner. And I'm thinking of playing some Genshin today. I kind of had a rough day, but I did my makeup to take pictures earlier, so I was like, why not just do a baby stream and stream myself playing Genshin Impact? What do we think of that? How's my mic volume? It shows my volume level is like kind of low. Maybe I can move the mic a little closer to me. I'm in a chill mood. I'm thinking no caffeine today. And we're just gonna be very chill, very cozy vibes. How does that sound to you guys? Yeah, this is creamy chicken dumpling soup. Hi, how is everyone though? Hi, Beacho. Hi, Stud Muffin. Hi, Roadsta. Hi, Sky. Hi, Chatting. Hi, Money. Hi, Rome. Hi, Morgie. Hi, Harold. Hi, J Prav. Hi, Stoner. Hi, Rome. Hi, Elite. Hello, everyone. How are you guys all today? How was everyone's Monday? Scale of 1 to 10. My Monday kind of sucked. My Monday was probably like a 4 or 5. Subpar. It wasn't that bad, I guess. I did wake up super early, and instead of doing my usual habit where I just lay in bed scrolling through social media for hours until my alarm goes off, I actually decided to get up out of bed and work out before work today. So I went to the gym, worked out before work, and then, yeah. So maybe that's why I was, like, feeling so tired all day today. Like, I don't know how people can work out regularly in the morning. Chat, if you work out, when do you work out? Because I used to like working out in the morning. Like, it would make me feel energized during the day. But now I feel like I just feel tired for the rest of the day. PB Man, thank you so much for the sub with Prime. You're 1 month away from a year. That's so exciting. Thank you. Definitely need a virtual hug day. Me as well. Okay, everybody. Everyone send a virtual hug to everyone. We're doing a 118 person hug right now. I need a virtual hug too. I don't know why. I've just been feeling kind of down today. I think it's just the sun setting at 4:30 is like really throwing me off. Hi KG, hello. Whenever I dye my hair blonde, probably not, no. I tried to dye my hair blonde one time and it looked terrible. Some people are just not, I think it's just like, because of the way my features are, I think they're just suited for darker hair. Anytime I've tried to do anything with my hair, it looks fucking awful. So I just need to embrace that my natural hair is what looks best, which at the end of the day, I would prefer that. Like, I think I'd be mad if I looked better with blonde hair, because then I'd have to freaking dye my hair blonde all the time, and it like kills your hair. Because like this is my natural hair color, so I had to bleach my hair like 3 times just to get it to be light enough. Morgie, thank you for the tier 1. Happy 1 year! Oh my gosh, you made it to 1 year. Thank you, that's so exciting. Hi Space. You made a huge rack of ribs and ate them all. Did you make them on the grill or like in the oven? I feel like I've never really had ribs in the oven. I always had it like, I only have them at barbecues and grills, but I love ribs. Maybe I should look up some kind of good ribs oven recipe so I can make it here at home. Vitamin B helps at the middle of the day. I usually work out at 5 a.m. Oh my goodness. 5 a.m. That seems aggressive. I just don't know if I should like, because sometimes after work I'm like too tired to work out, but then sometimes when I work like I don't know if I should try and like work out in the morning before work or after work, because I feel like if I work out after work, there's just gonna be plenty of days where I just don't work out. Like if I have a rough day at work, or like I make plans after work, I'm gonna like skip my workout. So I feel like I'm more likely to skip my workout if I don't do it first thing in the morning. But I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not used to working out right now that it like makes me so tired post-workout. Thank you. I'm kind of looking a little bummy today. We're going with a cozy vibe. Is Mochi sleeping? Mochi was sitting out in the living room last I saw. He has his little pathway set up, so he can come in here if he wants. I always like when he hangs out in here while I stream, but sometimes I think he just doesn't know where I am. Hi, Alpha! Hello. Nice, fun, and relaxing weekends. I guess I didn't do anything fun this week. I just had a lame weekend. I wouldn't even say it was that relaxing. I had a potato weekend. I didn't do anything, really. For better or for worse, I guess it was relaxing because I didn't do anything. But usually, like, I feel like my best weekends, I usually do at least one thing. But I felt like a bum, and I'm gonna start trying to do more stuff. I'm just way too comfortable hanging out in my apartment all day, every day, and never leaving it. And I really need to change that up. But having my gym inside my apartment building doesn't even help because I literally can just go so long without leaving my apartment building. I did walk to the grocery. Actually did go to the grocery store today. Went to the grocery store. I got some stuff to make spicy vodka pasta. But then I was like, I don't really feel like cooking. So we got some canned soup. It's like the chunks soup or something. I feel like their soups are always good. No, I didn't see that. I mean, I'm not even caught up on Westworld right now. I did binge a lot of Westworld this weekend, I will say. That is what I spent, like, my whole weekend doing. In the morning, I'm exhausted at the end of the day. Yeah, see, that's how I don't know, though, because I feel like working out actually makes me so tired. Like, I was dead after work. I literally had to take a nap during my lunch break today. Working out, like, makes me so... but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to working out, like I said. Like, I feel like once my body gets in the habit of working out, I won't feel so tired afterwards. Hi, Coolio. Use a Jamaican jerk seasoning. I don't know if I've ever, like... I always hear of, like, jerk chicken and stuff like that. I always hear of those. But I don't think I've ever had, like, anything with, like, jerk seasoning. Like, I don't know what jerk seasoning tastes like, to be honest. How would you... Is it, like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what it tastes like. I'm like trying to think if I've ever even been to like a Jamaican restaurant or anything. And I don't think I have. Is jerk seasoning like a Jamaican like seasoning? Is it like for Jamaican dishes? I feel that. I went to Nashville this weekend to shake things up. Otherwise, I am similar. Yeah, especially because it's like winter. I like never want to leave or do anything. But I don't know. I've been kind of having a sad girl day today, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've just been being a little hard on myself mentally, but... not even, like, unjustifiably. I just feel like I'm not taking advantage of life, I guess, is how I feel. I just feel like I've been being a loser. I also miss my California friends a lot. Very sad. I'll see them in wintertime, but I've been missing them a lot. And I feel like I don't really see my friends here anymore. Like, I have friends in Illinois, but, like, a lot of them are, like, not in Chicago, or they live at home, so they, like, live in the suburbs. So, like, I don't really have anyone to, like, casually hang out with, which makes me so sad, because, like, you know, it was always so fun in college. Like, if it's, like, if I'm bored or something, I can just text someone and be like, hey, like, wanna watch a movie together, or something like that. And, like, I just feel like none of my friends, like, live close enough to me. I also took off all my nails today. But none of my friends live close enough to me that, like, we can just casually hang out. Like, I feel like if I want to hang out with my friends, I have to, like, plan and schedule something. So that just leads to me, like, not really hanging out. Like, I just want someone to, like, you know, be like, oh, like, let's go to the grocery store together. Like, oh, let's watch a movie together. Like, you know, like, all those casual things that I feel like I got to do all the time in college. And now it's, like, the adult world. Eating some Chick-fil-A, which is really good. I haven't had Chick-fil-A in a while. Do I do a lot of cardio? No, I don't do any cardio. I just do all lifting. It was the first day of my workout. My workout regimen I made for myself, actually. Here, I'll show you guys. This is what I did today. Oh, wait, this isn't with the bar. I think the bar is... How much are bars, like, at the gym? Because I think the bar was probably like 45. So this would be like, what is that? 115. So these are the weights that I did. So this is me kind of experimenting. So 15 was way too light, so I went to 20, and 20 was still too light, so I went to 25. So like next time I do this, I'm going to do the 25. Same with like these. Well, 15 was like so hard, I couldn't even do the full motion, so I went down to 10. And then elevated sumo squats, same thing. 30 was too light, went all the way up to 40. So these are the weights that I was doing today. Glute bridges, I did 115. But I was because my butt was so freaking tired. After all these workouts, I was like shaking. I couldn't even do the full 10 reps. I actually did 3 sets of 8. Here, I'll change this to 8. because I couldn't even do all 10. But I think that's a good sign. I think that showed that I was like really pushing myself, the fact that I was like so tired on my last workouts. But yeah, this is the weights that I did. I don't know if that's good or bad. Someone can tell me if I'm being a weenie head or overloading or anything. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna try and be consistent with my workout, and I feel like just having this little action where I like log how much weight I do is gonna like influence me to want to be more consistent with it. And I only work out Monday through Fridays anyways, so I feel like it should be, a little easier, since I feel like I usually just want to relax on the weekends. It sounds like you have to make new friends, but I don't want to make new friends. Not that I don't want to make new friends. It's really hard for me to find people that I genuinely want to be friends with. Like, meeting people is easy. Meeting people I like, I don't know. Okay, actually that's not true. I feel like I like most people, but I feel like usually like I have to really vibe with someone for me to want to go out of my way to like be genuine friends with them. You know what I mean? Like, especially now, like I was saying, because you have to like make plans to like actually hang out with people and whatnot. So I don't know. I just think it's like rare for me to find someone that like I really, really fuck with. Like, you know, because there's so many factors. Like, what about you guys, chat? Like, you know, I feel like meeting people easy, but making friends, as far as like having deep, genuine friendships, first of all, takes time. Like, I could meet someone that I'm fucking soulmates with like tomorrow, but I don't know, genuine friendships I do feel like build over time. They're not really something that you just kind of, you know, immediately slide into and whatnot. Adult world is hard to make friendships. Most of my newer friends are work friends. See, but I'm also like a little like, okay, how hard do I want to befriend my work friends? Because how I've been so far, it's like I've been befriending my work friends, you know, like talked to them at work, got some of their numbers. I don't know, we haven't hung out. I haven't hung out with anyone outside of work or anything. But I'm like, you know, my mom was like, your coworkers are not your friends, is essentially what my mom was saying to me. So I was like, yeah, maybe it would be better to have, I mean, obviously I want to have work friends, but, you know, you never know. You just want a reason to make another spreadsheet? I do love spreadsheets, I really do. You don't hit anything else other than back for upper body? No! I don't hit any upper body. I will say though, I was picking up the weights to do the sumo squats and I was like, damn, this feels like a workout. So when I work on my legs, I have to pick up the weights to do that, and that's how I hit arms. I don't want to hit arms. Why the hell would I work out arms? I don't want to have big arms at all. And like, I don't feel like my arms are already noodles. Like, I don't want them to like lose any weight either. They're fine as they are. They're fine as they are. That's how I feel about my arms. My ass, on the other hand, definitely could be bigger. That's really good. Is that over your body weight? Yes, that is over my body weight. I actually haven't weighed myself in a long time. Last time I weighed myself, I was like 105, but I tend to go between like 105 and 110. So 115 is over my body weight, but just barely, not that much over. It's just the season changing. It sucks that it's dark so early. It really does. I hate it. It just makes me feel like, I just am feeling really like down and gloomy. And I don't know if it's like the weather, the sun setting early. I don't know what it is, chat. Me not seeing my friends in a while. I was supposed to have a sleepover with my friend on Friday. I think I told you about this. I was supposed to have a sleepover with my friend on Friday. She freaking had to go to the hospital because she got kidney stones. I was like, damn, I don't even know how that happens, but I told her that I have well wishes and we had to reschedule. My older brother still lived in Chicago. I'd recommend him. He's 25. 25? So he's nearing retirement. I'm just kidding. I'm actually not friends with people that are older than me, really. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know why, but like, I don't hang out with people older than me and I don't hang out with people younger than me. All of my friends are like exactly my age. Even like the new friends that I make, they're all like exactly my age. Is that weird? It's probably a little weird. I'm trying to think of like when I consistently interact, like the only time I ever interact with people that are older than me is like literally for work. So like I'm not gonna count that as like friendship. Long distance see proper friends. I know, I'm excited to go back to California to see all my friends there. I've been missing them a lot, getting a lot of FOMO. They were doing like a bunch of matching costumes for Halloween, and I was like, I should be there! Good friendship takes years. Yeah, I definitely feel like the people I feel the closest with are usually people that have known me for a longer period of time. Especially because like I just feel like a big factor as to also why I don't tend to feel super close to people that I meet recently is because I am so different now than how I was like 3-4 years ago. And I feel like to really know me, I like people that have like known me like through multiple versions of myself. Because like I'm the best I've ever been. Like no cap. I'm the hottest I've ever been, the funniest. No, I'm just kidding. But I really do feel like I'm the best I've ever been. But like my real ride or dies were there for me when I was in the trenches. You know? So it's like, oh, of course you like me now. You weren't there when I was literally an annoying little dumpling. My true friends I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I just like feel comfort in the fact that they've like known different versions of me and like we're still good friends, versus like when I meet people now, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel as deep for some, but like I said, you just gotta like stick being friends with people, and then ultimately, you know, you'll grow that, and that is like a thing that happens over time. I just have to get over it. Kidney stones suck. Yeah, I bet you they I know they hurt like a motherfucker. She said she texted me that she had to cancel at like 4 a.m. So I know that she probably just was like waking up in pain and whatnot. I sent her my condolences, but she said she'd be fine. They just had to give her antibiotics. He's 5 years older than me. He went to college in Chicago. Oh, what school did he go? Did he go to DePaul? I can agree. Over the past 2 years, you've progressed a ton. It's been really cool. Yeah, I feel like I am very different, but I don't know. Even now, I don't know who the hell I am. Long story short, I don't know who the hell I am. Oh, hi, DJ. If you're still only friends with people the exact same age in 5 years, that'd be a little weird. In college, that's almost by default. Fair enough. Okay, true. We'll see. We'll see how things go. I don't know why, but I do feel like someone that's like 25 would like seem kind of old to me. Not like old to me, but like, damn, like their frontal lobe is developed. I feel like if I was 25 also, I would not want to be hanging out with 22-year-olds. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't know. I think that for me though, personally, I would prefer to hang out with older people than younger people. You are nowhere near your trenches years. What the fuck does that mean? U Chicago is where he wins. Oh, fancy school. I think they denied me. So fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't hear the hell I... No, for real though. I was thinking about it before and I was like, damn, like even when I was living in LA, like that felt like that was like a side quest. Me living in LA for 6 months, that literally felt like a side quest, guys. Like, what? I don't know. I feel like I also feel like whenever I move, I don't know, my personality is just changes a lot. And like, so do my interests and whatnot. Because I was thinking about this before, and I was thinking about making new friends. And I was like, okay, if I were to make new friends, what kind of friends do I want? Like, do I really want to befriend another group of people that just want to go out? Not to say that there's anything wrong with going out and whatnot. I like going out. But, like, I don't really have any friends to, like, do chill stuff with. Like, I really want, like... I've never met anyone IRL that plays Genshin Impact. I don't know why I was feeling really down about this, but I was like, I just wish that I had some friends that had a gaming PC, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that would be cool. But... I've given up on ever meeting anyone IRL that plays Genshin Impact and is also cool. As a 22-year-old, you'll learn to appreciate their maturity. No, thank you. I don't think so. Actually, let me think about this. When I was in LA, you know, there were some older people I was interacting with. I did not even feel like that they were mature. But there were also dudes. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy into the whole girls. I don't know, though. I guess I don't really tend to interact with, like, older women. Damn, your frontal lobe is doing some great quotes today. I'm glad that you're enjoying. 22 to 25 ain't that different. I disagree. 22 is like a fresh college grad. 25, you've been in the adult world a little bit and you know the hang of things. Like, I feel like there's a decent gap. Just like in the same way where people are like, there's not that big of a difference between 19 and 22. I'm like, 19 is like a sophomore in college and 22 is like a senior in college. Like, I feel like there's a decent difference between sophomores and seniors, even if like numerically there's not that much. I just think that when you're young, a few years difference actually does make a difference. It's a difference twice, but you know. But when you get older, I feel like basically 25, like past 25, everyone's frontal lobe is developed and everyone's pretty similar. But lots of study shows that your personality changes a ton until you turn 25, and then after 25 your personality remains relatively stable for the rest of your life, unless you know you have like something traumatic happen to you. I'm 26 and I feel like I'm starting to notice that opinion develop. What opinion? W Riz, I got my VIP with never giving any money. What? Like a year and a half? Okay. Is LA good? I don't know. I will say, one thing about LA is, and I feel like it should be the opposite, but one thing about LA is I feel like I felt way hotter in LA. Like, I'd be walking around LA like I'm the shit. Like, like my confidence in when I was living in LA, 10 out of 10. I was, you know, feeling confident as hell. And I feel like I lost that ever since I moved back here. I don't know why. I feel like I'm like a LA 10, but like a Chicago, like 8. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I have the same je ne sais quoi. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a mindset thing or me or if it's like genuinely a thing. But I did practice some of my Riz. I actually have no idea what Riz means, but I did practice some of my Riz when I went out with my friends here in Chicago the other night. We pull up to the club. There's a long ass line. I'm looking at the line like, ugh, I'm not standing in line. And my friends went to go stand at the end, and I'm like, I don't want to stand this line. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know, hopefully it moves fast. And I was like, no, y'all stay here, I'll be right back. I walk past the whole line. I'm wearing, like, my heeled boots and a mini skirt, so, you know, I'm feeling like a baddie. And I walk up to, like, the door guy, and I was like, oh, like, do you know how long, this is the Riz, okay, hot girlies, listen up. I'm like, oh, like, do you know how long the wait is expected to be? And then he was like, oh, I don't know. We're not letting anyone in right now. And then I was like, oh, really? Like, do you think you're going to start letting people in again? And he was like, are you here by yourself? And I was like, no, I'm actually here with my 2 other girlfriends. And then he was like, well, if your girlfriends are as pretty as you are, we can make room for 3. And I was like, I think they are. Let me bring them up. And I, like, brought them up. And they told me, like, my friends told me, like, while they were in line, like, the people in front of them were like, these girls think they're gonna get out of line, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I just walk up and I'm like, come here. I'm like, Caitlin, come here. And they come out of line. We walk up. And then he looks at my friends. He's like, oh, yeah, you guys are good. You can go right in. And we're like, and all the people standing in line were like, so maybe my Riz is coming back. That was the mental story, but yeah, for anyone that just wants to stand out line, just like use all the tricks in the book. I'm just someone that I hate waiting in line. When I'm out, it just kills the vibe. Like, the minute I even see a line, I'm like, oh, so we're not going there, right? Like, I have no tolerance for lines, but I blame the fact that when I was living in LA, like, all my friends had promoters, so we, like, didn't have to wait in line. But I don't think that promoters are really that much of a thing in Chicago. One thing our generation seems to have forced to think is that once you're, like, 20 years old, you should have your lights on. By 30, you're middle age, and it should be a certain point in life, like, live life no matter how old you are. Valid. Like an hour outside of LA, LOL. Really well. I don't live there anymore. Do you feel like Lauren gave you those baddie vibes? I do think that my friends had an effect, because I feel like all of my friends very much, like, oozing confidence, baddie vibes. I definitely feel like it also made me feel more confident and more baddie-like. Versus here, I don't know why I feel so different here. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm like, I don't know. What's the going out demographic in Chicago? All types. Honestly, no specific demographic. I feel like all kinds of people you can kind of find out. The people in that line were your potential friends. No, they sounded judgy as hell. My friend said they were shit-talking me. I showed them. Chicago seems more work-focused like NY. Oh, for sure. I think Chicago is definitely more about that corporate life than LA. Like, LA, I don't feel like anyone has a freaking 9 to 5 in LA. That's why there's always traffic, guys, because nobody in LA works a 9 to 5. Everyone's just like a freaking model or I don't even know. You know, maturity levels are really dependent. Some 22-year-olds are very mature. Some 29-year-olds are, like, still in high school. I don't think maturity is necessarily that dependent. Like, I'm sorry, but the maturest 18-year-old in the world is still gonna be 18. Like, that kind of thing. Like, to an extent, yes, some people are mature and some people are not. But I feel like the older that I get, like, what do you even mean by maturity at this point? Like, I just think that some people are serious and some people are unserious. And that doesn't even necessarily have to correlate with maturity. Like, I feel like maturity is just not something that I value in the people around me. Like, I do not give a fuck if you are mature or not. Like, some people try to act like they're the most maturest motherfuckers ever, and they're just actually annoying. And just are sitting on their fucking high horse. And some people who may be, like, classically considered immature are just, like, goofy or silly or funny to be around. And, like, I feel like being in touch with your inner child or whatever is, like, way more important than being aloof and sitting on your high horse. Like, any self-proclaimed mature person, like, anyone that considers themselves mature probably sucks. Like, have you ever met someone that's, like, genuinely so amazing that is, like, a self-proclaimed mature person? Usually maturity is, like, something bestowed upon other people, but even then it's, like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what people mean when they talk about maturity at this point. Going to run over to Panera. I'll be back in a bit. This is a great conversation. Sad I need to feed myself. LOL. Hey, make some microwave soup with me. Just kidding. Don't follow my footsteps. I'm kind of letting this get cold. Imagine a game where people could all participate to control a single character or the sim in the game, and the info is based on probabilities, such as special relativity where the character's info is influenced by probable possibilities whether the sim became sentient with a Westworld? I don't think age even means anything if experience isn't attained during those years. True. I do think that experience is definitely a big factor. Like, you know, but it also depends, you know. I think that, I don't know. I think it depends what kind of experiences, you know. Exact opposite to me. All I want is maturity. Okay, well, what do you mean when you say maturity, though? I would give anything for a chill, down-to-earth girl that is aware of her influence and was able to properly communicate. Whenever I hear people, like, what do you mean chill, down-to-earth? Like, you want her to be boring? You want her to just sit around? You want her to just sit in the house all day? Whenever, I don't know why, but maybe this is, like, I'd be super okay with boring. I'm embarrassed for you. I really am. Yeah. Whenever I hear guys say, I just want a down-to-earth girl. I just want a chill, down-to-earth girl. All I can hear is, I want a girl who doesn't give a shit about what I bring to the table, is literally just a boring rock that I can just have sex with whenever I want. I don't care about her personality whatsoever. I don't care about her interests whatsoever. I literally just want a warm body to warm my bed and have sex with. That's what I hear whenever guys are like, I want a chill, down-to-earth girl. And you're never gonna find that. Like, I don't know, like, you're probably, I mean, there are boring people out there, I guess, but you're most likely never gonna find that. And there are girls who, like, honestly, there are girls who break their back trying to be that chill, down-to-earth girly. I don't know what girl needs to hear this, but that facade will soon fade. And if you need to look watch the movie Gone Girl, you know, you'll learn. All the girls that seem like they're chill, down-to-earth girls are faking it. They're faking it. Okay? Wisdom is more important. Yeah, I feel like wisdom is mostly something you just gain with age. Like, you know, I don't really think there's that many wise 22-year-olds out there. Hi, Ash. Hi, James. I think chill slash down to earth is more someone that doesn't take everything too seriously. See, but like that's the same thing. Is like I feel like whenever guys are like, oh, I want a girl that doesn't take herself so seriously. Like it's just literally saying I don't want to be held accountable for my actions. I don't want to be held accountable for how I treat you. I don't want you to have any expectations for me whatsoever. Like, you know? Like genuinely, like that's how I take it, like, a lot of the time. Because, like, what do you even mean chill? What do you even mean down to earth? Like, what does down to earth really even mean to you when you're saying that? Like, you don't want someone who, like, what, has dreams? Because, you know, that's, like, in the clouds, dreams, whatnot. You want someone that's just... I cut sandwich right now. I walk right now. I don't know. I guess it's just like, I don't know. The housewife personality. Oh gosh. There was just someone I was just interacting with that came out a bit general. I guess that's fair. Sorry. Okay, just also I want you guys to know that whenever I rebuttal against something that you say, I don't hate you. I welcome you responding to my rebuttal. I know that some people take my communication style as a little rude, but I'm sorry. I'm just a very straightforward person. And I feel like disagreements make the most interesting conversations. Okay. No, it's more so wanting someone who doesn't make drama out of nothing. What do you mean, like, I mean, I guess. Okay, I guess I could see what you're saying with that. But I don't think that, like, most girls make drama out of nothing. I think that a lot of guys don't like being held accountable in their relationships, and they feel like their girlfriends bringing up issues to them is them creating drama, when in reality, like, it's them voicing their opinions and whatnot. And, like, I feel like a lot of guys also, like, don't do that. Like, they're not someone that's necessarily gonna voice their opinion, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it really depends. But all I gotta say is if you're searching for a chill, down-to-earth girl, blah, 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 like, I don't think that you're ever gonna find a true, genuine relationship looking for that. Especially if that's, like, one of your priorities as far as what you're looking for. Like, I think it's much more important to, like, I don't know, like, if you're someone that likes to have, like, intellectual conversations, then you should look for someone intellectual. If you are someone that likes to play video games, maybe you should, like, find someone that also games as well or anything. But, like, when I hear chill, down-to-earth, like, that just is so general and so vague, and it's literally, it's just giving... It's just, I don't know, to me it's just communicating that, like, that person is, like, not, I don't know, like, it's just I feel like I already said what I want to say, I don't want to repeat myself. Hi, Shadi, hello. Thank you so much for the resub, happy 10 months, you're getting so close to a year. Thank you. I respect the opinion, but it's just different personalities. Some people are chill and some aren't. I guess. Like, when you say chill, do you just mean, like, introverted? I don't know. I guess, like, anyone that I would describe as chill, I would also describe as boring. Like, I don't think that anyone is truly, like... Not that, like, okay, I guess, like, maybe some people are not very energetic. Like, but... most people just, like, fluctuate between different states of emotions. Like, no one is ever going to be chill all the time. Unless they are literally an NPC and have no personality. And, like, that's what I think is, like, the issue here. Is that, like, yeah, there are people that are, like, relaxed and not super energetic, but, like, you know, no one's ever gonna be like that all the time. Whose demeanor is calm and yet assertive versus loud and obnoxious. Fair. I guess. I want someone like Keely except more down to earth. So, yeah, so Chad, do you consider me down to earth? Yes or no? Rip me a new one! Give me your honest opinion, chat. Do you consider me down to earth? Yes or no? My friends asked me like an on/off chemistry weird friendship thing for a really long time. We had an awesome day out in good time, but got back to her house and something like just happened. She got upset over water droplets in the bathroom because I washed my face. Were you splashing? Was it on the mirror? Were you splashing water on the mirror? Can have a good time doing whatever, but even that's big. See, but like, yeah, that's like someone, like, that's what I'm saying, where it's like, people that say that that's what they want a partner. Oh, I want someone who's down to earth, who's down to do whatever. Like, so you just want someone that doesn't have a personality. You want basically a pet that's gonna mindlessly follow you around and be like, yeah, I'm down to do this. Yeah, I'm down to do this. Oh, whatever you want to do. Oh, whatever you want to do. You're gonna grow sick of that. Like, you do not, even if you think that you want that, you don't want that. You don't want that. Like, that's just, I don't know. And like, that's what I think that like, that's why I think that a lot of guys are just so single and cannot, like, because you guys, I don't know. I can't. So we're having a single epidemic amongst the men's unhappy and single. Because you have these unrealistic, like that's what you're saying that you're looking for is the traditional version of femininity that like women are constantly told that they have to be like. Okay, like don't talk too much, okay? Like know your place, like don't complain, don't start arguments, don't raise your voice. That's not very ladylike. Like it's just all these very traditional like senses of femininity and womanhood that have been very oppressive during time. And now I feel like women are more free to express themselves and actually be themselves now more than ever. And I feel like a lot of guys don't like that. They want that like traditional image that they have of a woman that's literally just this like docile, mindless, so chill, so down to earth, has like kind of thing. And it's like literally I just think it's so, I don't know. Like I think that that's like honestly a big issue. Or else I'll go crazy. Yeah. Yes, I say this all the time. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're that specific about exactly what the other person should act like, then you'll never fall in love. Yeah, exactly. Screaming and fighting over some stupid bullshit is a childish way to try and hide real feelings. Nobody said that the opposite of being chill is screaming and fighting, okay? But sometimes, like, I don't know. Shy Boy! Thank you for the tier 1! Happy 10 months. Hi, hello. Hi from the corporate girly. But, yeah, I'm single just because I'm ugly? Oh god. It's probably so much worse than that. There's a big difference between able to be having fun doing whatever and not having an opinion. That's not just a relationship thing. That's like a quality in friendships I prefer being fun to hang out with. Yeah, but like, no one is gonna have fun doing whatever. Most people are gonna have preferences. Most people are gonna have more fun doing certain things than other things. Like, why? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just telling, like, that's just valuing docileness. Kind of. Like, wouldn't you want someone that, like, has more gumption and is like, oh, like, let's go do this. I've never done this before. Like, let's go do this. I want to go do this. But, like, oh, no, I don't really like bowling. Like, but I like mini golfing. Like, why do you think down to earth has sexist connotations? I've always used it to mean chill or not superficial. Because have you ever in your entire life heard a woman say that they want a guy that's down to earth? No. You only ever hear men say that. And that is why. And I don't know what, like, I don't know. Most things, and it's, yeah. Of course I've been in long-term relationships. I'm a huge relationship girly. I do prefer being in a relationship over being single. Date your homie. No, I'm not chill AF, I'm angry AF. That's funny. I don't really get angry a lot. Hold on. Actually, nah. I guess I get angry. I don't know if I don't really consider myself chill in a general sense, but like, I'm pretty chill most of the time, but I don't consider myself like a chill person. Practical and realistic, but again, it's a really overused term. Practical and realistic? I mean, do you think most people are practical and realistic or not? Yeah, because men think most women are kind of cray. Yeah. I always thought it meant not spoiled / living off of parents' money. Really? I think it's more like independent. Like someone that's like not spoiled or living off. I think that's someone that's like independent, which I think that that's a good thing to value because I personally like being friends with independent people. Like and I almost feel bad because I do think that sometimes I do get like kind of judgy of people whose like parents kind of like provide for their whole life. Like, I feel bad because, like, okay, this feels so shitty, but, like, I do kind of look down on people like that, but I don't want to because I recognize, like, shit, if I had someone that was offering to pay for my rent, offering to buy me a car, offering to pay my bills, you know, like, if my parents were offering that, I would take it. I would take it. Yeah, I would. But whenever I meet people that are like that, and I know it's like I'm judging them because I'm jealous of them. I know it's rooted in jealousy. But whenever I meet people where it's like, yeah, my parents pay for my rent, or like they just got a new car, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you just got a new car? Like, how'd you afford that? Didn't you start working? Oh yeah, my parents bought it for me. It just instantly makes me like angry, like irritated, like get away from me. But I know that it's actually jealousy. I know it's actually jealousy. But I'm a hater internally. And then I'm like, okay, wait, I don't need to be pissed. Like, yes, it would be nice to have someone pay my rent, but that's not gonna be reality for me, and that's fine. I don't need that. A lot of women don't want good men because they feel guilty. What the fuck? Disabled guy, just be there regardless of fight / drama / whatever, keeps us cool and just tries to help. I mean, I think that's a good thing to be in. I mean, okay, realistically speaking, I do think that you should not be having fights that are often in a good relationship. If you are fighting with your significant other every week, like, that's a problem. Like, and I'm not to say that you should never fight. Like, there are always going to be bumps in the road, and there are always going to be arguments and disagreements, and sometimes those will boil over into fights. But that's, like, a big thing. I think that for me, when I was younger, I used to think that fights were just a part of relationships. Like, romantic relationships, that's just how it was. But the older I got, the more I realized that that is not true. And for some reason, fighting in relationships is so normalized in our society where it's like, you would never tolerate your friend, for example, like screaming and fighting with you like that. Like, people would drop a friendship so quick, but would never leave their significant other. And like, that's what I think really like set the bar for me, was that, or like something that I realized at least. And I realized this through the book All About Love, was that like, yes, fights are gonna happen, and like I think I used to be someone where like I would have a fight with friends and like I wouldn't really want to be friends with them anymore, but now I'm much more tolerant because it's like I want to basically treat my romantic relationships the same as my platonic relationships, in the same way where it's like I'm not gonna let, like, you know, I just think that we often treat them so differently societally, but like you really should treat them the same. And if your partner is like saying things to you that if your friend ever said that to you, you would like end the friendship, then you need to analyze your relationship. And vice versa. If you're dropping your friends every time you get a little bump in the road with them, but you would never do that for your partner, like analyze if you're being a good friend. Like that kind of beat. Because I feel like, I don't know, we're just so used to compartmentalizing our relationships like that. Are your parents helping you with anything? I think I'm on my mom's insurance right now. Well, actually, I just switched to my own health insurance, so I'm paying for my own health insurance, but my mom pays for my vision and dental, I believe. That's it, though. I have some spoiled friends that are cool people because they were raised right, but then I have some spoiled ex-friends that are nightmares. True, very true. I agree. I think that it does depend, which is why I'm saying, like, I don't want to judge people if their parents, like, pay for everything, because, like, overall, that's not their fault, and I would take the help if it was offered to me. Like, that's what I'm saying, where it's like, I know that I had a prejudice for that. Because it's fighting not healthy at all. Exactly. Especially if you're having, like, the same kinds of fights. If you are having the same fight with your partner over and over and over, break up. And I guess maybe it's, but like even still, like you should not be having repetitive fights with your partner, because you should bring up an issue. Like if you bring up an issue to your partner, they should make an effort to change it, and vice versa. If your partner brings up an effort to you or brings up an issue to you, you should make an effort to change it. And if, you know, like those are toxic relationships where you're just like stuck in a never ending cycle, and break free for anyone stuck in those cycles. Regular arguments are a problem. Best get out. Yeah. Like I feel like, yeah, I don't really ever argue in like basically ever since I've gotten older. I feel like I've matured a lot, but like now a lot of times, like guys, I like don't argue about, I don't know, don't argue. It also depends, because it's like, I don't know, like what is there even to argue about a lot of the time? Like I would, like the minute, I'm trying to think though, because it's like, it's not that nothing goes wrong. I don't know. I have lots lots of disagreements, but I think that like I'll have lots of disagreements, but I think that like something really needs to go wrong for a disagreement to turn into a fight. Like I feel like a fight is like serious. Like a fight is like, you know, yelling is probably involved. Like I feel like I have lots of disagreements, like, you know, with my partner or whatever, but like I don't know. I don't think that. Why is this cut off? But it's pretty rare for me to ever like get into fights. There's a ton of sexual tension, but I'm not pushing / pursuing that aren't really in a serious relationship, but just kind of want to, wait, what? Those are pick fights as hell to try and get that passion transferred into the bedroom? That's just a sign of maturity. I think that anyone that like picks fights for entertainment in a relationship is just an emotionally immature person. And you should steer clear of those people, because they will probably not be a good partner to you. I wish I made enough to afford renting my own car, stuff, bills, etc. with a high cost living and keeping up with inflation since I didn't go to school for tech degrees or business. Yeah, I mean, I was like thinking about living in LA for a while, or like moving to LA post-grad, but I eventually had to, I could not afford living in LA. That was a big factor as to why I did move back to Chicago, was because I could actually afford to live in Chicago versus LA. So I do think that geography is a big thing, and it just really depends, like if you live in California, like all of my friends that live in California live at home. None of them have their own place. But a lot of my friends that live, a lot of my friends live in Illinois also do live at home, but a lot of people do have their own apartments and stuff here. So it's really about the affordability of where you want to live. It's a huge factor onto like if you can actually move out and be independent. If there's ever an argument that lasts days and days without resolution, it's a wrap. If things can't get worked out reasonably quick, I don't have infinite time or energy to try and solve it. Huh. I forgot about my soup, guys. It got cold. Maybe I'll just set it aside and reheat it later. It was like a huge can. I enjoy picking bites. Keep it spicy. Loser! 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 Imagine having such a lame-ass personality that you have nothing to bring to a relationship besides picking fights, and that's the only way that you can keep it interesting. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Once you move in together, it's small stuff, and I think it's more acceptable to be more often, as long as you're respectful to each other and make changes. That's true. Like, living together is a big adjustment. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I feel like, at least, like, this is something, a big thing that I learned from friends, is I think that there's a big difference, or usually there's a difference, or, like, not that there's, but, like, it's important to make a difference between roommate arguments or like roommate discussions and like friend discussions, because loved my friends, but some of them were so messy. And most of my friends that I lived with, like, they were fine. Like, I'd be like, okay, like, hey, can you wash the dishes? And like they would go wash it, and like whatever, we wouldn't be beefing. But I had this one friend that I lived with where she would take it so personally anytime I would like bring up roommate type conversations, where I'm like, hey, like, I know you just cooked last, like, I want to use that pot, like, can you wash the dishes? Or like, hey, like, you left a bunch of stuff out here, like, do you think you can clean this up? Or like anything. And she would get pissed, like, literally to the point that it, like, blew up. We had to have a huge roommate conversation where I'm like, I'm just trying to talk to you as a roommate, and, like, I feel like this is the common area. I'm not asking you to go clean your room. Like, she felt like I was acting like I was her parent, trying to tell her what to do. And I was like, no, like, I'm not telling you to clean your room. That's your own personal area, but, like, this is our common area space. I don't know. We're not really that, I mean, we have mutual friends. We still see each other, but, like, I'm not really her homie like that anymore, because I think it's important to be, like, to differentiate. And I think that if I were to have, you know, like, whenever I live with a partner, I do think that it's important to, like, kind of sit down and, like, delegate, because I feel like, you know, when we had roommates, it was also, like, when I lived with my roommates, it was like, oh, like, you know, just if you cook, clean up, whatever you make. But I feel like when you're living with someone, like, you can kind of, like, divvy up the tasks in a way that makes more sense, and then you know who is responsible for what. Like, someone is, like, responsible for washing the dishes, you know who it is and whatnot, rather than just, like, letting it be a free-for-all, because I think that's when issues can be around, or, like, can be brought up, is, like, when, you know, tasks aren't really delegated, so things just kind of become messy. I don't know. Some friends just do not work as roommates. That's, like, something you learn quick. Yeah, no, that's why I was like, okay, I don't want to have any more roommates post-college. True roommate arguments. It's always the damn dishes. It's always the damn dishes. I've been in Seattle, born and raised, and it's pretty pricey here, really. I've never been to Seattle. I feel like all I know is that it's like gloomy all the time, and I hate the gloom, so I probably wouldn't like Seattle very much. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. People have huge fights and over absolutely the stupidest things, like a dirty dish. I mean, yeah, but if you go through life with like the mindset, because it's like ultimately I did recognize like she came from a very rough home life, and I like did not have a good relationship with her parents, and so I can empathize with her that she did feel like it was like triggering for her for me to like constantly be asking her to clean up the house, because like that's what it was like when she lived with her parents. She doesn't want to be like that anymore. She is in college, blah blah blah. And like most of my other roommates were like also messy, so like they never really like asked her, so it felt like she was just upset with me for that. And it's like, I don't know, like I did empathize with her, but I also stood my ground, and it's like, okay, I understand that, like I also didn't have a great relationship with my parents, like, but like, I want us to meet in the middle, like, work out a compromise. And if you always just view people arguing, like, if someone brings up, like, is upset by something, you always view it as, like, stupid, you're never going to be able to, like, actually remediate things, and you're not gonna have great friendships if, like, every time someone's getting upset at something that you don't really understand, that you're just gonna think that they're being stupid for that. You know, like, practice empathy, all that stuff. Even if you know, not saying that you have to allow them to keep doing what they're doing, but seeing where the other person is coming from and being empathetic gets you much closer to actually getting what you want than if you are like, why are you fucking arguing about this? This is such a stupid argument. You're never going to change someone's mind if you're like berating them like that. Loge, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Wow, does that mean you think I'm giving out good advice? Loge King? I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. If you care about someone, you're gonna try and see their side. Exactly, yeah, I agree, and I think that, you know, just because you don't understand why someone's getting upset about something, doesn't mean that you should immediately, like, dismiss it and, like, not, because at least for me, like, I was getting, like, pissed off and being like, why is she always leaving out the fucking dishes? How hard is it to wash them? Blah, blah, blah. But then, like, when she was actually able to explain her side and whatnot, I think it made me a lot less upset. I could see where she was coming from. I could say my side, and she got less, like, you know, I don't know. Being able to talk about things is really important, but yeah, like, being able to listen is, like, the first step. Like, actually being a good listener and whatnot. See, listen, the Twitch servers are down. Can't load any NA streams right now. North America. I'm in North America, so you loaded my stream. I don't even know how she ties her shoes. What do you mean? I mean, I know people, it's just the only form of communication they know. It's like extremeness of sadness or anger. Okay, yes, but like that is their responsibility to unlearn that, because that used to be me. Like I said, I had a rough time with my parents when I was a teenager. Like, lots of arguing. I also was like always hearing, I'm the adult, you're the kid, you don't know what you're talking about, I'm the adult, I make the decisions, blah blah blah. So like a lot of times in arguments, like I would just shut down. And when I got older and I got into relationships, like this definitely was like a huge thing. Like I would get upset at someone and I would just like be yelling and whatnot, because like that's how I communicate with my parents. And like that's just like kind of how I was taught to communicate when I'm upset about things. And I don't know, I just eventually realized like it was my responsibility to fix that. Like even though it's like, yes, that was like how I was kind of not like taught to communicate, but like, yeah, kind of taught like through my relationship with my parents. But I feel like I worked really hard to like unlearn that. And not to say that I'm perfect now. Like I definitely still have moments where it's like I get really upset, but I'm nowhere near as bad as I used to be. Like I feel like I used to be the kind of person where it's like, and like this is also like fostered through my like toxic relationship that I had in high school with my ex, where it's like we would get mad at each other and we would say hurtful things just to hurt the other person that we didn't actually mean. Like we'd be like, fuck you, I hate you, I never want to see you again, like that type of shit. You know what I mean? And then I don't know, I just got older and I'm like, okay, like no, it's not okay to say that. And like, you know, like even if you're mad and you're upset, you should never just say things just to intentionally hurt someone that you know that you don't actually mean, you know? So I don't know, I had to do a lot of work to do that. I'm still working on it in a lot of ways, but just because, you know, someone maybe is like a little dysregulated emotionally doesn't mean that they can't work on it or they can't improve. You just have to put the effort into it. You have to put the effort in and whatnot. Except people I feed in League of Legends, I don't empathize with them. The World, I saw some videos from like Worlds, it actually looked pretty cool. I was like, should I get into League of Legends? I love toxic people, need it in my life. Okay, not me. Couldn't be me. Reminds me of myself in high school. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's very normal to be emotionally. It's also like a sign of emotional immaturity, like not being able to really express your feelings and like lashing out when you're hurt to hurt other people is like also not good. But I don't know. I think it's important to unlearn those things if you want to have like deep and meaningful relationships. Sometimes it takes work. Trying to hurt people is pretty petty and shameful in my opinion. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. It is important, I do think, to acknowledge that a lot of times people's relationship with their parents highly influences their relationships for the rest of their life. And some people never break free of that. Some people are, never break free of that. I think that, if you find that you're someone that is a little, like for example, if you are someone that considers yourself to, like, self-sabotage sometimes, go to therapy. You need it. But yeah. Hi, allll. Pass on you, making conscious effort to not be them is important. Very important, I agree. But yeah, it is a process. No one can expect you to be perfect right off the bat, but I do think that like having someone to help you through that can be a huge thing, like some kind of like external like accountability type thing, because it's really hard to heal on your own. Most people can't do it. Most people like need therapy or a really good friend or a really good partner or something, but yeah, I feel like most people probably cannot heal on their own, and usually it's because like a lot of us are blind to our own problems. You know what I mean? At least for me, it's like I feel like a lot of times when I've had like problems, I didn't even necessarily realize that they were a problem until someone else brought them up to me and was like, hey, when you do this, it like really hurts me, blah blah blah. And I was like, wow, like I didn't even know, I didn't mean for it to be like that. But you know what I mean? Like a lot of us are gonna be blind to our own problems. So have good friends that are willing to be honest with you. Like that's a big thing for me, is like I need friends that I think are going to tell me shit even when it's hard to hear, because I'll respect a friend so much more too when they actually bring up an issue, because then I can work on it and I can fix it and I can be a better friend and be a better person. But if I never know that there's a problem in the first place, then how am I ever supposed to grow and fix that? You know what I mean? And that's why I also think we should have more tolerance in our friendships, because I do think that the minute that someone starts being a bad friend, people just like ghost them and don't ever, like never even try and fix it, even like despite the fact that they would if it was like a relationship, a romantic relationship. So yeah, be patient with your friends, be empathetic, and if you have an issue with someone, tell them. And it's their choice how they want to handle it. But at the very least, tell them. I'm so big on this. Like, that's why I don't like whenever people just, like, ghost me or whatever. Because it's like, okay, cool. If you don't want to be friends anymore, that's completely fine. But, like, I kind of wish that I had, like, an explanation. Because maybe it's something that I can fix and that I can work on. But if you never tell me what the problem is, how am I ever going to fix or work on it? My mom's like a walking ball of stress, so I'm consciously always trying not to over-stress about anything. Damn. Fair enough. Your parents have huge influence in your personality throughout adulthood. I'm sure they have that in psychology text. Lifespan development course. So true. Challenge your beliefs and always hit above your weight. Oh, it gets easier to understand people and yourself when you get closer to full brain development. Coolio. I'm looking forward to that. Full brain development. Hell yeah. Only 3 years out. I hear that. Even a fuck you show and bye would be nice for me, extreme, but at least I can wave and walk away. No, I never say that to you, Shogun. Never, 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 never. Maybe one more dumpling. These lo-fi beats are kind of vibing. They're vibey. Alright. We've chatted for an hour. Is it time to game? Your early 20s are horrible. Emotional roller coaster is horrible. It all stops at 25, 26. Is that true, chat? Anyone want to verify this? Any last minute conversation topics you want to bring up? Playing Genshin Impact tonight. Come on! Y'all should know I'm fucking addicted to Genshin now. 25 was a nice time. I'm too far away for 25. I'm just thinking, like, maybe if I just, like, work out every day. Right? That's what everyone always says. Working out helps your mental health. Yeah, let's fucking see it then. Still smoking weed? Yes, but I think I've decided that I'm going to quit. Actually kind of this is actually something I'm very conflicted about. I was reading Genshin lore. Shit is hella freaky, but I was doing some questing earlier today, and it was like, I don't know, it was getting crazy. I kind of want to like watch a YouTube video of like all the freaky lore once I finish all the questing, because I feel like I don't pay attention sometimes. I'm just like clicking through, but I feel like the storyline for Genshin is actually very interesting. I lie in a pool of sweat and say, frick this working out crap. Yeah, I freaking went really hard today, and I've been pretty sore all day, but I'll try and, yay! At least I'm doing it, you know? 33, best day of my life. Do whatever you want, but why'd you quit weed? Is it really negatively impacting your life? Not really, but like, I don't know. TBH chat, I've smoked a decent amount since the pandemic came about. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I've been smoking less since I started working, but I was doing some research. And I don't know, there are like negatives to doing it. So I'm kind of like, should I just stop? I want my brain to be working. I just wish that like it didn't have any like effects when I'm not high. But like, you know, as far as like brain fog and all that kind of stuff, like I feel like I used to be like much better. Even something so simple, like I used to be able to just sit in a lecture and like didn't have to take any notes, and like I'd remember everything and I could like do my assignments and whatnot. And I feel like I wouldn't necessarily be able to do that anymore. And I don't know if it was like because of the pandemic and Zoom is like sitting in a Zoom lecture is so much different than an in-person lecture, but I do feel like, I don't know. And it's not like I'm ever, like it's not like I'm high all the time or anything like that. But I am like, okay, is it just Twisted? Thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. Mwah! Heart! I guess a lot of things I'm just like, I don't know if it was the pandemic that did this to me or if it's something else. You know? Because at first I was just like, okay, I'm just like not gonna smoke at all during the week and only smoke on weekends. But then when I was doing research into it, it was like, you need to like detox for like a month for your brain to like return to like normal. And I will say I haven't taken a month break in the few years since the pandemic began. But I've like done like week break here and there. But yeah, I don't know. I think that it's like I've never done like a super long break since I started doing it more consistently when the pandemic began. You don't need to smoke the whole blunt, only two or four puffs. I normally only smoke, I have like a tiny little piece. I used to smoke like one bowl a night, which I didn't feel guilty about because I know some of my friends that were doing one bowl in a single rip. So I've never been someone that like have smoked like, you know, I mean like there have been times where I've like done a lot, but usually I would just do like, sometimes I wouldn't even do the whole bowl. Like I would just like only like part of it. I don't know. Don't do tobacco. Weed is okay. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on weed? I've been having like a lot of internal conflict about it. Mostly guilt. Like I feel like it's like guilt. Like I don't know why. It's like, cause it's like I normally just like to smoke and like watch my show or like play video games or like listen to ASMR. Oh my god, like listening to ASMR high is so good. But then I'll like see things about like how smoking like fucks with your brain and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't want my brain to be fucked with. I want to be at full brain capacity. But yeah, obviously I don't think that there's that many like negative side effects, but it's also like my brain is still developing. Like I feel like I wouldn't care like if I was like older and my brain's fully developed, but like smoking weed does still impact your brain development. But I didn't start, let me think, when did I don't know. I mean, I never smoked in high school or anything like that. Like I said, it only became like a thing during the pandemic. I just think I smoked weed forever, and then I just got older and it kind of phased out of my life. Like I'd rather have a coffee over a joint now. Really? Okay, well I think that's two very different vibes. Like I usually only ever smoke like at night or when I have nothing to do. Like I don't really kickstart my day like that. Like I don't know. That's an issue. That's called an alcoholic. Yeah, but I still feel like, I don't know. I guess I still felt like if I do it every day, it's probably a problem. Even if it's just a little at the end of the night, every day. Almost every day. I mean, not every single day, but most days. I'm like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's also because it's like I don't like to drink anymore. Like, I'd rather just like stay in and smoke and have a chill night. But, I don't know, chat. I also like that it makes me eat a lot. Like, whenever I got a good-ass meal in front of me, I'm like, okay, time to spark so I can eat this whole entire thing, because I have, like, a really small appetite. Like, I eat like a freaking bird. But, I don't know. I'm, like, so conflicted. I'm like, no matter what, I'm not going to be smoking every day. But I'm like, do I just not do it during the weekday and only do it on weekends? Or do I stop completely? That's my debate. It's not something I think I need anymore, I guess. I mean, I don't feel like I necessarily, I don't know. It's just, like, fun. It makes watching Netflix a lot more interesting. I don't know. Does it mess up your brain? Porn or binge watching TV is probably just as bad. Yeah. See, like, that's my conflict is, like, it's just the science where it's, like, I don't feel like weed negatively impacts my life, honestly. Like, I mean, I graduated. I got a 4.0. I got a 4.0 last year. No. First semester, senior year. I think I got 1 A-. I got 1 A- second semester, but I graduated college high honors, and I smoked a lot. And I also got a good job. I also had a decent social life. I also did kind of well being a Twitch streamer. So I don't feel like it, like, negatively impacts my life, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I can still get shit done. But, I don't know, I just feel like whenever I do research into it, and it's like, it hurts your brain development, and it, like, does all these things. Like, that's what scares me, you know? Because it's like, even though I don't necessarily feel like it's negatively impacting my life, it could be negatively impacting my life, and maybe I'm just, like, unaware? I don't know! Chat, what do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts? I've gone sober for years and smoked for years, and my friendships are generally better when I'm smoking because I'm less reactive, calmer. Yeah, like, I do like doing it with friends, but I also like doing it alone, because honestly, I just kind of like being a freaking weirdo. Forgetting things good too, like, if you're in the best place. Yeah, I will say, like, sometimes when I have days where I'm like, I have like a lot on my mind, but I still have to get other stuff done. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like weed can even make me more productive, like, because I'm a sativa only girly. And sometimes, like, certain strains, like, make me more productive. Like, sometimes I'll just feel very overwhelmed by life, and, like, I'll just end up, like, sitting and, like, binge watching or, like, going on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. But, like, certain strains that I've found, because I've done a lot of experimenting in my time smoking, and certain strains make me more productive, where I'll, like, smoke, and then I'll be like, I want to clean my whole apartment. Like, it'll kind of make me hyper fixated, or, like, fixated on whatever I'm doing. So I'll, like, be able to actually complete that task. Like, I used to always smoke before folding laundry, because whenever I would do it, like, sober, I'd be like, this is so boring, so lame, I don't want to do this. Like, I would just lay down and go on TikTok. But then whenever I'd be high, like, I feel like it would be like, no thoughts, just high vibes, folding laundry, you know? But it's also like, I don't know, chat. It is annoying. It is annoying. Hi, Blue Flores. I wish I didn't hate folding laundry so much so I could. Could you get that workout high and then get higher workout? No, I do not get a workout high. It's much worse than the brain is developing until 25 years, so it's much better to do it later in the 20s, 30s, etc. Much, much worse in teenage years. And how come smoking is legal when you're 21? If it's very bad for you until 25. I think you're a perfectly functioning adult and a little weed isn't hurting you. Kepi! Thank you so much for the tier 1! I love joining and seeing weed in the combo. Oh my gosh, wait, Kepi used to, I don't know if I'm allowed, I don't condone, never mind, but Kepi knows. I'm debating if I should quit. Completely. I guess sometimes I just feel like life is better when you're a little high. But I also feel like maybe I should wait for my brain to finish developing so I don't have long-term irreversible damage. Here, let's see. What age should you start smoking weed? No, not can you. Yeah. It says you should wait till 25. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, chat. I don't know. Getting high alone puts me on the moon. Sometimes it's just so relaxing. Like, sometimes I just like to get high and like deep clean my whole apartment. Because I'm not doing that sober. See, okay, that's also why I feel like maybe it's a problem, is because I feel like there are lots of activities where it's like I only like doing those things when I'm high. And that's where I'm like, okay, maybe I do have a problem. It's mostly cleaning. Because I feel like whenever I put on music and then I'm cleaning and I'm high, I'm like, this is a vibe. I'm like also getting really in there because I'm like noticing everything because I'm high. I'm like really working at the dirt. Versus like, I don't know, I feel like when I'm like, I don't know, I'm not fucking doing all that when I'm sober. But it's like, I want to be able to do that. Like, I don't want to have to smoke just so I can like fold laundry or like clean my apartment. Should we do a poll, chat? Should I let chat decide my fate? Cooking too. Oh no, I cannot cook high. So I used to, oh my god, no, I cannot cook high. Well, it depends on the meal. But like, I used to like, you know, because I used to do HelloFresh all the time, and like there were a few times where like I would do like cook high, and when I had multiple things going on, I'd be so stressed out. I'd be like trying to cook the chicken, the broccoli's gotta come out of the stove, I'm like trying to season other things. I'm like, I don't know, cooking high is kind of stressful. But if you're only making like one dish that you can focus on, sure, but when you're making like a main course, a side dish, a carb on the side, I feel like that's I'd be getting a little stressed sometimes. I'd be burning shit. A lot of policy doesn't make sense. LOL. Better not to open that can of worms. Science rarely makes it all the way to a congressman's desk. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's why you can like drink and smoke when you're 21, even though you probably should wait till you're 25. I just do it when I feel like it. Shrooms over weed. Okay, yeah, but no one's gonna be fucking doing shrooms every day. I guess some people microdose, but I don't think I would ever do that. I think psychedelics are a special occasion type of thing. I like it that way. I feel like people that do psychedelics casually have sullied the experience. I feel like every time I do it, it's like it's iconic. It's a whole vibe. I plan my whole day. I don't know. It's iconic. If you enjoy it and you're functioning, it's no problem. Here, I want to know what chat thinks though. I'm not going to listen to you, chat, but I want to know what you think. Okay, so first of all, let me just preface. No matter what, I'm going to stop smoking every day. Or like mostly every day. I'm not going to smoke during the weekdays. I will only smoke on weekends. So if you vote no, that just means I smoke on weekends. But if you think yes, then that means that you think that I should quit completely. So that's my debate right now. Okay? That's my debate. Is do I quit doing it completely? Or do I still like do it on weekends and like maybe if I hang out with my friends and stuff like that? Do you feel enough about it that you should try quitting for a month? I guess so. I'm just torn over it because it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll pour a mixed drink, but now before I do errands, there's like a nice, honestly, like, I don't like drinking enough for that. I don't really like drinking, honestly. I only drink for the social vibes. It makes me like more social, so like in social situations, I do like being drunk, but I don't really, like, if I had the choice between hanging out with my friends and smoking, hanging out with my friends and drinking, I would choose smoking every time. My friends love to go out, so I'm always like, fine. Hopefully we can smoke after. Getting high and doing laundry way more fun than doing laundry. That's what I'm saying. I want to break right now because smoking every day was making me lazy. You understand yourself best, moderate yourself, and see how it goes. Fair. I guess for me, it's like, you have a smoke stream? I have smoked on stream before. I have done it before. I usually do it when I game, so if you never come to gaming streams, then you probably haven't seen it, but dumpling soup, I never eat it. It was good. Oh my god, the poll is so close. do edibles instead of smoking. That is not the solution. That's the same thing. I mean, I would ultimately want to switch to edibles only so I can like save my lungs, you know? But no, I am concerned about the effects of THC on my underdeveloped brain. Nazi, thank you for the sub with Prime. Thank you, thank you. Happy 5 months. You're really close to half a year. Okay. People said yes. Oh, what about all the stuff I already have right now? Should I just finish that off? Ugh. If I was an e-girl, I wouldn't care about my brain cells, but sadly, as a cybersecurity girly, I'm gonna need those motherfuckers. I quit weed for a year or two after smoking for 10 plus. Wanted to see how I would feel / function, and I definitely function better with it. Interesting. Like, how so? Care to elaborate? I want to work at a dispensary so I can get faded every day in the Yodi land. Yeah, I definitely think it depends on, like, certain things. But even something so small where it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I care about my brain. If it didn't have any, like, long-term, if there were any, like, long-term effects, I'd say fuck it. But I don't want to, you know, irreversibly fuck my shit up. Actually stimulates neuronal growth, but more on the sides of the brain and less in the front. Oh, well, I need that front part. You're underdeveloped. Interesting brain scans available online. Brain is overrated. What are the long-term effects? Just like lowered cognitive skills, basically. Long-term effects of smoking weed as a teenager. Because I believe that if you smoke after 25, no matter what, even if you smoke like every single day from like 27 to 30, no matter what, if you quit, your body will be able to reverse whatever damage you did to it. No matter what. It only has permanent effects when you smoke as a teenager or when your brain is not fully developed. That's when the effects can last for the rest of your life. Hello. Okay, no, I don't want propaganda saying, you can get schizophrenia! Shut up, okay? Please give me the real facts. Poor memory and ability to learn. Difficulty in thinking and solving problems. Cancer! I mean, I think smoking anything is gonna give you cancer. Okay, let's just say long-term effects of THC. May cause permanent psychological disorders in some users, such as cognitive impairment, anxiety, paranoia, and increased risks of psychosis. All throughout high school, and I'm a genius. Oh, love that for you. Basically, like, your brain won't work as good. Didn't sound that bad. Not too bad. What the fuck do y'all mean? Nar. I don't know. I will say I do feel a little more anxious in recent years since, than I did growing up, but I think that that's just, the pandemic has just made a lot of shit going on. Like, I feel like, yeah, I've been basically a little more anxious since the pandemic happened, but I feel like justifiably so. Like, I don't even feel like it's like I feel like when I was a teenager, I was like, haha, la-di-da-di-da, life is great. And then the pandemic came, and then shit's just been going south, and, you know, oh my god, 25th birthday, true. Damn. Get cancer from being on the internet all day. I mean, it's also one of those things where it's like, I mean, so many things are already bad for us. I'm just kidding. I'm just like, okay, maybe I'll like unlock my true brain potential. I don't know. Maybe I've already done irreparable damage and we might as well just say fuck it. I've been in the IT field for a while and I smoke heavy and I'm fine. You'll be able to perform your job just fine. Okay, yeah, but is your frontal lobe already developed? Because mine isn't. That's what I'm, like, I'll just do it after I turn 25. Like, I don't care about that, but like, I'm just like, I should stop until now. Let's see, how old am I? 22? It's like 3 years. Quit for 3 years. I mean, that's longer than I've been smoking, so I'm like, if I smoke blunts or joints, I normally just smoke out of a piece. I was doing edibles for a while, but they got expensive, so I switched back to flower. But I smoke out of a piece. Because blunts and joints are bad for you because of the paper, right? Like the smoke that the paper causes. Societal problems, the pandemic worsened a lot of them, especially with healthcare. Yeah, I also feel like my life has, like, changed a lot in the past few years. That also, like I'm just, like, a lot more independent and responsible for my own shit, which, like, causes me to worry a little, you know? So it wasn't back then. Oh, I see. Don't cane it. What do you mean cane it? After you quit, though, keep a close eye on your life, and if you start getting upset or stressed after a couple years, take note of that. Upset or stressed? Yurts! Thank you so much for the resub! Happy 11 months! Oh my gosh, you're 1 month away from a year! Exciting. Goes through a second growth phase similar to when you were an infant. Your neural plasticity increased a lot, 18 and 22. Mental development for 2 to 3 years, go for it. Oh, but I'm already 22, so did I already miss that phase? Cane it. It's English slang for overdoing it. Oh, I've never heard that term before. Interesting. Yep, already passed it. Oh, okay, guys. I've already done irreparable damage. Oh, well. Might as well spark it up. Burton! Thank you for the prime. Happy 8 months. We're 1 month away from having a stream baby. It's fine. Sometimes I just feel like, I don't know. Damn. I just did some laundry that I have to fold, actually. Okay, but if I'm gonna quit completely, then that means I can't do it with my friends anymore. Okay, but how am I gonna quit smoking weed but continue to drink alcohol? As if alcohol isn't way worse for you. At that point, I should just be a fucking Puritan and just quit everything. Raw dog life. Life. I wish that there were drugs that were not bad for you at all. Please and thank you. Somebody develop some. Thanks. I was just watching Westworld, actually, where they were, like, doing this, like, sci-fi drug. And I was like, damn, like, I wonder what drugs will be like in, like, a few decades. Like, you think there's gonna be some crazy shit coming out? I kind of hope so. Like, I don't know if anyone's seen Westworld, but they were like, there was like this drug called genre, where it was like technology. It was like a psycho-technological drug. So it was like micro things. I don't know. Basically, it just made you. It's called genre, and it was like, it made it so like you went through 5 genres, where it was like every genre was different, and like you would feel like you were in that genre. And I was like, damn, that'd be like kind of cool. I'm just like, I don't know, what if they made some like crazy sci-fi drugs in the future? They'd probably be so bad for you and probably plague your mind with terrible things, but like, it's called the love of our Lord. Okay. Time to join a church. Alcohol is fine in moderation, bruh. I mean, so is smoking. I'm just saying, alcohol is a lot worse for you than weed. Imagine trying every wine alone in the world, or even cocktails, period. I don't think I would want to do that, honestly. Most wines I don't like. Maybe as I get older. I will say, the older I get, the more wines I like, so maybe one day I'll reach the age where I just like all wines. But I just don't. I don't know. I just don't really care. I don't care for drinking. I like to be drunk. But, like, I mean, I guess I like sipping on a good mojito. Mojitos are pretty good. But most of the time, it's like, I'm not. I mean, alcohol just tastes so fucking bad. I don't know why anyone. Like, it just tastes so fucking bad. If it didn't taste so bad, I'd be like. But also at the same time, it's like, I I don't know. It's fine. Now that my tolerance is much lower since I'm not in college anymore, I can just pound like 2 shots and I'm good to go. I can have 1 drink, I'm good to go. Alcohol doesn't taste bad. You gotta be a geezer if you think that alcohol tastes good. Yeah, I don't know. You were tripping out on that drug though. Okay, yeah, but like it looks like fun if you were in the right setting. Oh man, I wonder what kind of society we'll be living in like 30 years, chat. I hope it's cool. Oh my god, random thought. I hope that Elon Musk doesn't fuck up my favorite social media platform. I've been getting so pissed about that recently. Out of all the social media platforms he had to buy, it had to be fucking Twitter. Like, go fucking buy Instagram or some shit. Like, why'd you have to buy Twitter? The best one! He's gonna ruin it! Tuna, thank you for the tier 1. Happy 15 months. Thank you, thank you. Mwah! Yeah, sorry. Random intrusive thought. I had the best non-alcoholic mojito in Rome last month. Never knew virgin cocktails could be so good. Really? I feel like I'd imagine they'd be better. Usually the worst thing in a cocktail is, the fucking alcohol. But I will say, I do think that having a few drinks in my system definitely helps me be more loosey-goosey, more fun and social. Especially, well, yeah. And plus, like, happy hours for work is, like, such a normal thing. I literally think that I'm going to a happy hour tomorrow. Is he charging $8? He's trying to, but, like, that's not gonna fucking work. Like, not the right demographic. Not the right demographic. I feel like Twitter is... I don't know how to describe it, but nobody, like, people on Twitter are not going to be paying fucking $8. And that defeats the whole point of verification. Like, the whole point of verification is that you are a public figure and you're verifying that you have that you are actually yourself. Like, that's the whole point of being verified on any social media platform, is that you are verifying that the person that you are saying that you are on social media is actually you. So if people can pay for verification, that doesn't make any sense. It's just gonna make the bots take over. Like, bots have no problem paying fucking $8. Like, if someone's, like, rich as hell, they can just make a bunch of bots, verify them all, and then that just, like, floods. Like, it's just gonna destroy the whole platform if that is his stupid-ass idea. I'm just like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? I feel like he doesn't even understand, like, what makes Twitter successful in the first place. And that's why he's failing so badly. Is that I don't feel like he understands the platform at all. Or how it's, you know, yeah! And I don't know. How else will they raise money since they are private now? Not my fucking problem. He shouldn't have gone and started the problem by buying Twitter in the first place if he couldn't, like, if he, like, I don't know, he should not, I don't know, he's gonna destroy it though. I'm telling you right now that if he makes it so that you have to pay $8 for your tweets to be seen, platform is gonna be dead. And it's just like, I don't care how you make your money. Just continue doing the ads. But, like, all the freaking advertisers already pulled out of Twitter because of how Elon is being. And he just should stick to what he knows, because he obviously does not know the social media industry. At least Twitter. I don't feel like he understands it at all. Who really want to pay $8 to listen to celebs argue? No, for real. You should verify you're that person, but now you also have to pay. Oh my god, that's even worse. Hi, Benova. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know why he is also... And he's also, like, banning so many people. Did you guys see that? There was, like, this little trend on Twitter that, like, was popular for a while. I don't know how avid Twitters you guys use, but I'm an avid Twitter user. Probably my most used social media platform. Despite the fact I never tweet. But anyways... Like, people were, like, changing their profile picture and, like, name to be Elon Musk and, like, saying that they were him and, like, tweeting out things. Like, basically, like, making fun of him. Acting like they were him. And he was banning all of these people. Like, people literally were getting banned because they changed their profile picture and, like, their, like, display name to Elon Musk. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. And he's like, free speech, but not if it's bullying me. I don't know. He just genuinely sucks so bad. And it's sad because it's, like, pathetic. And I saw a tweet that perfectly put into words. No matter, I think Elon Musk is a great example. No matter how rich you are, you can never make people think that you're funny or clever when you're not. That you can literally, no matter how rich you are, you will always be a loser. That's... He was trying so hard to be funny too when he was like bringing the sink into Twitter. Let that sink in. Cringe. Anyways, I personally wouldn't buy it, but millions would. Millions. I don't know about that. Yeah, he really kind of, don't use Twitter, but a few times I read some really angry and vulgar stuff. I mean, I don't really think that Twitter is much worse than other platforms. I mean, I guess Twitter does have more like lax TOS, like you can post full-on porn on Twitter. But that's kind of what makes Twitter good, is it is like a little more of a free-for-all. It wasn't as regulated. Which is why I was like kind of confused on like why Elon Musk was trying to say like he was bringing free speech to Twitter, as if like Twitter wasn't the most like Twitter allowed the most things. You can post full nudes on Twitter. You can, you know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of restrictions as to what you can and can't post on Twitter. Maybe just don't say slurs all the time, but yeah, and there was like literally a graph that showed that like the minute that Elon took over, slur use increased by like 1,000% or something so crazy. But yeah, that's why I've always liked Twitter, is I feel like everything goes on Twitter. Like, you know, you can fucking see political stuff, social stuff, nudes, porn, crazy arguments, celebrities getting roasted. You could see Wendy's arguing with Burger King. Like, what the hell? That's why I like Twitter. It's kind of like the Wild West of the social media platforms. Twitter's the best platform. I will die on this hill. But anyways, now Elon might ruin it all. I hope this shows people who hold that guy as some kind of hero how dumb they are. I think that, I don't know, Elon's dick riders literally have his dick so far up their ass it's coming out their fucking mouth. I don't even think that they can see shit because it's coming out of their eye sockets too. I think he'll be okay with or without Twitter's success. It's just a toy to him. I know, which is why it's so annoying, because it's like so many people. Also, Twitter is really big for artists. Like a lot of artists that I follow, like their main platform is Twitter, and they're like really upset over it because, like, you know, like think of like an artist. You post a picture of your art, you get retweets, you reach people you've never met. Like that doesn't really happen on other social media platforms. Like people aren't reposting other stuff like they do on Twitter. Like that's a big part of Twitter, is like the retweet thing. And so like artists really use it, and he's talking with that. Message is getting deleted. Sorry, it's the bot. The bot doesn't like what you're saying. The bot doesn't know context. Sorry, Based. And Therodes. Looks like you guys both got the boot. Didn't know you could do full. Yeah, Twitter is literally like the Wild West. Anything fucking goes. I'm back. Just heard Elon something dick in mouth. What did I miss here? We're talking about how Elon bought Twitter, and I'm very sad that he might ruin it. But is the only HO friendly platform? What is HO? Let me get some more water. Aww. Okay, should we play games? I don't know how we got so derailed off the convo. Well, I wasn't even planning on streaming that long, honestly. I guess I don't mind chatting. I might only stream until like 8 p.m. Should I try and work out in the morning again tomorrow? If so, then I need to go to bed at like 10 p.m. because I woke up at like 6 in order to work out before work today. I think they meant HO, like hose. Oh. Oh, okay. Wrote a valid point about how Elon uses Starlink to assist Ukrainians. then he should stay in his lane, okay? That's what I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what Starlink is. Let's just Google it. Starlink. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just always going to be an Elon Musk hater because Elon Musk was like, I'm gonna buy Twitter for $44 billion. And then the like world whatever was like, oh, you could actually end world hunger for $6 billion. Would you like to do that? Like, we made this whole plan for you and we just need $6 billion. And then he said like, no thanks. I'd rather make a fool of myself trying to buy Twitter and destroying the platform than ending world hunger. Like, I'm sorry, you're a scum human being. Is a satellite internet constellation operated by SpaceX providing satellite internet access coverage to 40 countries. It also aims for global mobile phone service after 2023. Sorry, launching Starlink satellites. I don't know if I know enough about this. So it's just a satellite that provides internet? Fair enough. 6 billion would not end world hunger. LMAO. They literally made a plan! It was the UN. The UN World Food Program showed him how $6 billion would solve world hunger. Because it was like he made a joke that he would like end world hunger, and then the UN like came together and was like, okay, like let's make a plan to see how much it would actually cost for you to do it. And so they went and they made a whole plan. And I don't even know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, chat. I'm never... Biggest scammer of all time. Oh, let me get more water. I'm actually thirsty. Spend trillions. They do? Do they? How much do we spend? Just kidding. Tesla stocks in free fall? Damn, is it because of this whole Twitter fiasco? Buy Twitter at 33 back in... Wait, Twitter stock or... Wait, I'm confused. Used to be hardcore into tax, I still am, but honestly, it seems like a lot of people just take advantage of the system and government, and when they make an insanely, almost impossible to exist amount of money, they just sociopathically hoard it and try to grow like a tumor. Yeah. Yeah. I think that... The gap between the poor and the wealthy only grows wider and wider every day. The question is just... how wide will we allow it to grow? I don't even know. I don't even know if I can get into it. Well, I guess we can. Why not? I think we've given up on Genshin today. This was supposed to be a cozy stream, and now we're debating. I don't even know what we're debating. We're going to spend more on that for pointless tax dollars that are... And, yeah, I do not think that we spend our tax money in the best way, at least in our country. I just wish that I could just, like, just go make my own country, because, like, I feel like I could do a better job. We're only to be shook and woke sometimes on certain issues. I don't think that Elon Musk has done anything of the sorts. YouTuber was banned from Twitch for breaking its TOS along with other people, so that's another reason it's trending at the moment. Wait, what? What happened? Fiscal year to date since October 21, totally updated monthly using the monthly treasury. 6.8 for the same increased by 550 billion. The COs alone. And it's just the feds. I just think... I don't know. I think... Alright, fine. I'll say this. I just think that capitalism is a plague upon this world. No further comment! Actually, slightly further comment. I think that every single issue in the world can be brought down to 3 issues, 3 isms, if you will: racism, sexism, and capitalism. Every single issue in this world. And that's my take. And that's my take. That amount of money, maybe you would stop for a minute to ballpark some idea about how to end the housing crisis, homelessness, starvation in the country you immigrated to, you leech. Wow. True. I always thought about that. Like, if I became super rich, what would be like my cause? I feel like I think you have to like have a cause. Like, if you're super rich, I feel like you should. Like, oh my gosh, like rich people back in the day used to at least have kind of the right idea. They used to be like buying whole universities, like founding universities, buying whole museums, like, you know what I mean? Like, where is the frivolity with the rich nowadays, okay? Like, rich people used to be patron of the arts, like, buying paintings of themselves, at least to support an artist, like, buying museums and founding universities. Rich people nowadays be carrying a sink into an HQ trying to make a fucking meme. Yeah, Bill Gates be doing shit. I mean, he's also, like, still kind of sus, but, like, at least he is doing his part as a rich... Like, I just think if rich people that rich are gonna exist, that they should be doing something, like how they used to back in the day. Like, if I was rich as fuck, yes, I would be buying a museum. For sure. Kaylee May Museum. I don't know. I would just look for the coolest art around the world and buy it. $1 million each. It could be some rando artist. I'm like, I like this. Here's $1 million. I'm putting your painting in my museum. Like, that'd be so fun. Which format supports capitalism? If you make money, you are a capitalist. I don't know if you know this, but like, you need money to survive in our society. So I think that you can criticize capitalism and like not enjoy it. However, like, if you want to live, you do have to participate in it. So that's a stupid argument. Really nice Jewish lady used to work, told me how college was free for her growing up, and she was in her 80s and went to Queens College in New York for free, so I guess in 30s. Oh yeah, college used to be super cheap back in the day. And they still did it for greedy reasons, but hey, at least they did it. Like, I don't know. But you hate Elon? I literally just said that he sucks too, but at least he's doing something. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, I think that all... I should have known this would start a controversial. This was a I don't know if it's that controversial though. Like, I really don't. I guess at this point I've given up. I feel like there will always be capitalism during my lifetime. Okay, I've given up. I don't think capitalism will ever truly be abolished, at least anytime in the near future. At least during my lifetime. But I do think that we need to do something better than what we're doing, because like, I don't even know how people are still acting like it's, like, not an issue when, like, people are struggling to live. Struggling to pay rent, to pay for life. People are working 2 jobs out there. Like, and people are just like, that's fine. Like... Nobody has to be born into this world, so why are we having to toil away just to freaking have the bare minimum? That's what I think. Viable alternative capitalism? I just think that there needs to be, like, something better than what we're doing. Like, I think that basically, I think that corporations run this world, run this country, whatever. And... yeah. And that we should care more about people's lives than corporations. We also have this, like, really stupid mindset of, like, infinite growth, as in a company needs to grow every single year in order to be doing well, when, like, to an extent, it's like, can you do that? And, like, there's, I don't know, especially if you study business, because, like, this is my major. Like, if you study business. Okay, yeah, first of all, if y'all think that I'm being stupid as fuck, I was a business major, so I think I very well understand capitalism. And I think that as a business major, it even made me more so aware as to how this world is literally run by corporations and the wealthy. And I guess I just don't think that it should like be that way. I don't know. I guess that's a hot take. But like I think that governments should represent the interests of the citizens that they govern and not just the wealthiest citizens, like all the citizens. That's what I think. But I don't know. I don't know why. And I'm not saying that I necessarily have but I think that would be the first step. I think the first step, if I were to say, if I were to be some god and it could make everybody follow what I think the first step would be to have politicians that represent America. Politicians should be representative of the people that they govern, which means that politicians should not be making like $250K or whatever the fuck they get paid, because that automatically removes them from most of America. That automatically puts them in a different category already. Not to mention that they're all so old that they don't even represent the people that they're doing, because most of them are freaking like 80 years old pushing it. So I think that that's the first step, and I think that no real change is going to happen until the politicians, the people that are making the laws, like, change, because they are the problem. They're the problem. Thank you so much, Z3UG3, for the tier 1. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, heart. I think that even putting an age, I mean, before we even talk about payment, I think even just putting an age restriction or something of the sorts would be better and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, really, realistically thinking, I do think that if we could talk about Congress salary or whatever, that they should make, like, congressmen, for example, if you're like the Floridian Congress, whatever, you should make the average income in Florida. That's what I think. Which means you should want the economy to be doing well, that you can survive on average income, and that it's livable, because then you're gonna care about the interests of the average American, since you like literally are one. And then also the people that go into politics will do it because they're really passionate about it, not because they want to be rich or some other kind of reasons. But the whole idea that no one wants to be a politician for shit pay, like, that's such a bad idea, because like how much do you make at your job? You still go to it, don't you? I bet you make less than a congressman, and you still go to your job, don't you? Whenever people say that, I'm just like, you probably make less than that. You still go to your job, right? Aren't that high relative what they could be making in the industry? I guess. I mean, they're pretty high. How much is it? Last time I looked it up, it was pretty high. Maybe it was like 170. Maybe it was like not 200. I thought it was like 220. Hold on. What? $174. I was. Like, most people are making less than that. And don't they... don't even get me started. How the hell are people in Congress allowed to trade stocks? I'm not even allowed to do that. As a little old consultant, I'm not even allowed to... Like, I'm not allowed... Because it's a conflict of interest. So how are they allowed? That's another thing. Congress people should not be allowed to trade stocks. Any stocks, honestly. They can invest in other things, maybe. But, like, that... I don't even know. Like, maybe there could be something, but, like, they should definitely not be having the free-for-all. Like, I think that's stupid as hell that I have all these restrictions on what I can investment as a consultant, but literally people sitting on Congress don't. Thank you, Kusanagi. Thank you so much for the sub with Prime. Thank you. More about lobbyists and special entry groups. I agree. Yeah, I think that lobbying should be illegal as well. That's a valid point. There's a lot. How are you not allowed? I'm literally not allowed. Like, I can literally, it's a crime if I am like trading. Like, I had to have all of my investments cleared. It's independence. It's independence laws. Because it would be considered like insider trading, basically. And it's like, it's not even just like the companies I work. It's like any company that my company that I work for consult, I'm not allowed to hold any, you're not allowed to like have anything. And like, there's like a lot more rules as I get promoted. Like, there's not too many rules as an associate, which is what I am. But like, once you get to a manager and above, you have to have like all of your investments, cleared and follow independence laws and whatnot. just not for companies you work for, I think. No, I couldn't do anything. Like, there's, like, really strict independence laws for consultants. That'd be a deal breaker for me. No thanks. Yeah, well, hopefully I'm not gonna be a consultant forever. I do eventually want to go into industry, but yeah, I was like, damn, there's, like, a bunch of rules. They're like, but there is, like, this, like, I don't know, there's, like, this program I can use, or, like, if I invest through that program, then, like, I don't know, it doesn't really make that much sense, but yeah, it's like all independence laws. I don't know if anyone else, just not the companies I consult for. See, I don't know if you work for a smaller firm or something, but, like, at least for me, it's like any company that is consulted by my company or has any affiliation, whatever. We also, like, do auditing and stuff, so especially, like, there's, like, way more regulations if there's auditing, but yeah, it doesn't even matter, like, you have to have your investments cleared, like, all the time. There's, like, literally, we have, like, this, you know, restricted entity list that basically, if you're ever thinking about making an investment, you have to go on this list. And there's, like, even things where it's, like, my manager was telling me that, like, he had, like, this mortgage on his house, and then that became a restricted entity, so he literally had to, like, transfer his mortgage to a different insurance company because they became a restricted entity. So, I don't know. It really does depend on, like, your role, though, because, like I said, like, when you're at the bottom level, like, I don't have that many restrictions, but, like, once you're manager and above is when you have, like, much more restrictions. Should we trade the stocks before the big decisions happened? Yeah, like, see, that's really fucked and corrupt. But if you already had stock before working with the company, I think that you would have to sell it, I want to say. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I am thinking about going into industry. Can you invest into mutual funds or ETFs since they are a mix of mini companies? I don't know. I mean, I probably can, since, like I said, I'm just an associate, but once you're a manager is when they start caring a lot more about that kind of stuff. Because at least I do think it is for me. Like, I don't know. I just remember I had to have all my investments cleared. I have no idea. I had to watch, like, a million videos on, like, independence training and stuff, too. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know all the specifics of it. I just made sure that what I had was good, and then, yeah. But, it's fine. It's fine. Into the industry. So, like, when I say into industry, like, right now what I'm doing is, like, consulting, so, I work on general engagements, like, consult people on, like, general cybersecurity stuff. So most people will, like, specialize in something and then go and work. Like, for example, I'm a cybersecurity consultant, which means that other companies will go and hire me to help them with their cybersecurity stuff. So then people that go into industry are then people who maybe go, so, like, I work at a consulting firm, so I would have to, like, leave my firm and, like, go work internally. Like, I would work on the cybersecurity team of a specific company. Does that make sense? Like, only doing cybersecurity for them, doing internal work. Like, right now I'm doing external work because I'm client facing, but, like, when people go into industry, they usually switch to doing internal work for a specific company. Usually, like, you'll do a specific role. So, like, say I get really into data privacy, then I would go and work as, like, the data privacy person for a company. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, most people will, like, start out as consultants to, like, gain a bunch of experience because, like, all the different engagements you work on are, like, different. And then, like, once they find something that they like, they'll, like, go into industry from there. So, like, yeah, that's why consultants have, like, pretty high turnover rate, because most people don't stay in consulting. It's, like, very high stress, and I mean, I think that any job that's, like, client-facing, in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, I imagine that any job that's, like, client-facing is always going to be harder / more stressful than an internal job, because you're having to, like, work with the client for a whole nother company. It's like every time you're on engagement, you're gonna have to, like, relearn the system of that company, like, blah blah, versus once you're internal working, like, the work that you do is, like, more consistent and whatnot. So I think that that's why a lot of people do. And, like, you know, it's also when you, like, work, like, client work, it's like you have to, like, bill your hours to a client, so you have to make sure that, like, you're tracking everything that you do, having billable hours, and, like, having high utilization, which means that, like, a lot of the hours that you're working are billable to the client, so that you're making money for your company. Versus, like, once you're internally, like, you know, no one's really knowing what you do with your hours as long as you get the job done at the end of the day. You know? I love money and making money. Fair. I mean, I don't mind it. I will say. I will acknowledge that I do think that I have taken a lot of advantage of capitalism. But I can still be a critic of it, come on. Just because, you know, I don't feel like I necessarily face a ton of... I think that the people that capitalism harms the most is usually people that aren't super educated about things, you know, like financial literacy and all that kind of jazz. How much can you expect to travel with consulting? I shouldn't have to travel too much. At least for like what I do, there's not really a ton of things that I have to be on site for. Most of the things, at least like what I do specifically, because I do like strategy and governance, so it's like I'm helping them with their like policies, if that makes sense, and like strategies. But like the cybersecurity people, for example, that like are the responders to hackers, like those are the people that need to be on site. So it like depends. Like other people travel much more than me, but like I shouldn't really have to travel that much at all. Which is good because I don't really want to travel that much for work. Do you know McKinsey senior partners make $20K a day? Damn. I do think, like, honestly, like, if I want to be rich, this is what, like, if I cared about, like, I don't know. Not that if I cared about, but if I want to be rich long term, I do think that the corporate life is the way to go, because once you get higher up, like, you can be balling. But I'm also like, do I want to be working my life away as another corporate cog in the wheel? Hasn't been that bad so far. Hi, Austin. Driving a help desk tech for MSP or always interacting with clients and it's never the same issue. Yeah, see, I think I don't think that I want to be like client facing forever because, at least for me, I don't know. We'll see how I feel like after a few months, but any customer service job that I worked as like a teenager, I fucking hated. But obviously, like, the clients that I'm working with now are completely different than like random people in a retail store. But we'll see how I feel. I don't know. I don't want to have to like deal with people that are like stupid or something. Like, I don't know. Like, people try and tell me how to do my job as if this isn't what they hired me to do. I hear like that's an issue a lot, is like people will literally like hire us to like help them with their cybersecurity stuff and then they won't trust us to do anything and like will try and tell us how to do the thing that they hired us for. I don't know. You know, you'll learn to gain a lot of patience. Oh Lord. Hopefully I never have to go into corporate slavery. What are you trying to go into? Honestly, I don't know. I think it depends, but generally speaking, there are a lot worse jobs that I could have had. I don't think that corporate, I think it really depends what kind of like personality you have and like what kind of field you go into and whatnot, but I've been enjoying corporate life so far. I think it's a little more attuned to me than streaming. Not that, well, okay, I like streaming, but like content creation. I think that, I don't know. I just think that the setting in which I do well, like, I think it's just a little more in tune to my personality. Like, I always love talking and meeting people, so networking. I feel like I've always been like an organized Excel spreadsheet girly. Y'all saw my fucking fitness plan, so yeah, Excel about to be my homie. I can also make some pretty ass PowerPoints. That's basically being a consultant, is getting paid to make Excel spreadsheets and PowerPoints. I can do that. I can network. I feel like I'm like again with the social skills, I feel like that makes me like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not nervous like if I talk to the client or anything like that. Hopefully it goes well. I also feel like now that I'm actually like an associate and not an intern, I am going to feel like a lot more confident in my client interactions. But I think it's like pretty in tune to like what my personality is. But I definitely don't think that the corporate world is for everyone. At least for me, like, I just feel like the corporate world is like literally school. It's literally school continued. Like, I just think that like, if you do well, if you flourish in a school setting, you will 1000% flourish in the corporate setting. And that's how it was meant to be, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like school was, like, meant to prepare you for the corporate world. And that's why people that don't do well in school do not pursue corporate jobs. So, if you enjoy school and the vibes of school and the setting of school and how school is structured, think that you should like the corporate world. You like the straight path to success. Streaming can't provide that. I do like the stability. Like, as far as, I do like the fact that it's like, I know what I have to do in order to do well at my job, where, yeah, like, the lack of that within streaming was definitely very stressful to me, because it would be like, you know, whenever I have like a week where, or like a stream where I'm like not having as many viewers, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is no one watching me? Why is no one, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not as clear as to what you have to do and like whatnot, versus like if I you know, I don't know. Do you have any work slavery is changing, especially with the work from home lifestyle these days? Plus we can transfer our skills elsewhere, just monitor yourself. Yeah, I agree. You can always tell who has worked a customer service job based on how they interact at the grocery store and stuff. Yeah. 2023 is going to be interesting for me. I know my money's going to stack up. Already getting offers and not finish my master's degree level certifications. Hey, that's so exciting. I'm actually thinking about getting a certification. I don't know what to get though. I might do it after this engagement, but I don't know what I should get. I don't know if I should just do like a general cybersecurity one or if I should wait until like I want to specialize in something and then get that something specific. I don't know, but I do want to get a certification in 2023. To me, it's sort of backwards. Everything seems to revolve around politics in corporate world and in school. Really? Like, politics in, like, what sense? I mean, I guess I think that, like, works to my benefit. Like, I think that if you can work corporate politics to your benefit, like, you can get really far. I don't think it's that hard to figure out how to work it either. Like, you just gotta, like, be... I don't know. Because it is kind of like about, although I guess it depends, because it's like in my field, obviously there are technical skills that are required to excel in this career path. But if you got those down, I think that like leveraging corporate politics is like a good way for like maybe if you aren't the best at that technical stuff, that you can like leverage corporate politics to kind of work in your favor. Just as far as like making genuine connections with people, and then like maybe if you really vibe someone, they'll like ask for you to be on their engagement and whatnot. I mean, that's what I'm gonna try and do, is like be very networking heavy and like leverage that, since I don't have a ton of technical skills. Corporate politics is toxic. You just said that you've never even worked in corporate. How would you know? Like a popularity contest. Seems to apply a lot in everything, and more than ever in corporate environments and high school. Interesting. I think that if you can develop a high EQ, you should excel in this. Once you learn how people work, I think it like makes it so easy to like, I don't know, like just work on your EQ, and maybe you'll find that it's not so bad. But yeah, some people are just not like that. Like some people just don't vibe with that, and I definitely get it. Manipulate them, not like manipulate them, but like, I don't know. I think that once, and maybe like psychology is a big thing, because I used to be like really into psych and I always thought that was very interesting, but I made it my fucking mission, basically chat. For those of you who may not know, I moved across the country when I was 14 years old to a whole new school. I moved from California to Illinois, and I had no friends, so I had to figure out a way to make people like me. And I just basically really worked on like developing my social skills. So it's not just like, and it's not even in like a shallow way, but like understanding social situations and like how to navigate them in a way that is effective and good is a fantastic life skill to have. And it's not necessary, like, I don't think it's like like I feel like manipulative is like getting someone to do your bidding, like kind of like against their will or whatever. But like I think that that having good social skills is also like a part of that is like being genuine, because I guess I just don't think that, like, yeah, there's, like, manipulative people out there, but, like, most of the time, those people will fail. Eventually, someone will come through to see it, and most of the time, people do come through to see it. Like, you know, like, I don't feel like, I don't know, I've known some toxic-ass manipulative people before, and sometimes they trick you, but most of the time, you will eventually end up seeing through. But, like, knowing how to navigate social situations and, like, all of that kind of jazz, I think is, like, really good. And a good life skill to have. And I think that surprisingly not that many people have it, but a big part of it is practice. Like just putting yourself in social situations and whatnot. Also like paying attention and being attentive is like a big part of having good social skills. I think that a lot of people just care about what they're saying and like don't care to listen to the other person. Like being engaging when you're talking. But yeah. I don't know. My friends have always told me that they think I could be friends with anyone, and I think it's just because it's just from learning how to have like good social skills and whatnot. But yeah, learn how to make it work. Politics. CEO to be successful. Because I know how to communicate and being likable / working well with others goes a long way. It's not manipulation. Yes, exactly. Like, getting people to like you is a good skill to have, and like being likable, like, is good. And I do think it's important in the corporate world. And unfortunately, like, some people don't ever work on that skill, so I don't know. It is straight up manipulation. You're trying to butter people up to do your bidding. Are you stupid? Okay. I don't even know what to respond. Chatter thinks that having people like you is manipulating. What? How is it genuine you only act a certain way to someone when you want something out of them? I'm not saying that I want something out of these people. Like, I can see why people don't like y'all, chat. Being, like, I don't even know how to put this into words. Being a likable person benefits everyone. People will benefit from the positivity of having you around, and you will benefit from the it's a mutual thing. It's like being, but it's not just about being likable, because being likable sounds like you're forcing a certain persona. Having good social skills is about being authentic while still being able to be attentive to other people at the same time. Okay? Because most of the time, if you are just giving cookie cutter responses and whatnot, those are not good social skills. Like, people pleasers tend to have little better social skills than others because they're trying to do what they think other people will like, but they usually don't get as far as genuinely charismatic people. Like think of the genuinely most charismatic person that you know, where people just gravitate towards them. And, like, people love them. You know, they can walk into a room and make friends with anyone. Think of that person, okay? That person is not being manipulative because they have good social skills. Yes, those social skills work in their favor a lot of the time because they will bring value to people's lives. Like, it's you know, like, yeah. And, like, I think that authenticity does go a long way in that, because people appreciate when they feel like someone is being authentic. Now, granted, no one can ever really tell if someone is, but, like, most of the time, I do think it's pretty easy when someone's just being a fake-ass people pleaser. I can see it all the time. All the time, I feel like I can tell when someone's, like, trying to kiss my ass to be my friend. And I think it's really easy. I think that's also part of having good social skills, is understanding, not just understanding yourself and how to act, but also understanding others and how they act, and being able to read others. You know, work on it, chat. Go out into the world and talk with people, and it will pay off. I promise you. I promise you. Genuine, likable, or hard balances are successful people. I disagree. I mean, yeah, there's people out there that like me, but I think for the most part, when I'm being genuine, I think that people tend to like that. But some people don't. Like I said, I'm pretty upfront, blunt person at times, and that definitely rubs some people the wrong way. But I think that only rubs people the wrong way that are not upfront and blunt, because they would never have the balls to say what I say, so, like, they think that I'm being rude by saying that kind of stuff. But I don't like people like that anyways. But obviously, you know, in a work setting, I'm not gonna be as upfront or blunt as I would in a casual social setting. That's me having good social skills. That's not me being disingenuine because I'm maybe not blurting out the first thought that comes into my head as I would with my friends. It's, you know, knowing, I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing a good job at describing it. I keep saying I don't know. Don't sugarcoat my debates with her, fellas. Yeah, I feel like I also respect people that are more blunt. But that's just me. I know that some people like to play those more social games. Having a proper balance. Yeah, it's also, like, understanding what situation you're in, who you're with, being able to read people. I can usually read people, like, pretty fast and get a vibe with them. I think that, yeah. As far as, like, demeanor, facial expressions, how they talk, what they're talking about, like, what they say, how they dress. don't know. I think I'm pretty good with that, honestly. I think I'm better than most with that. Okay, chat. Well, I said I would stop streaming at 8. It is 8:08. Might be time for me to take the boot. I need to... Should I shower tonight or should I shower in the morning? Am I working out in the morning? I don't know. I might reheat my soup and watch an episode of Westworld before getting ready for bed. But yeah, chat, the best way to improve your social skills and charisma and whatnot is to interact with people. It's a lot of it's practice. The more social interactions that you have, the better you'll become at them, which is why the pandemic fucked so many people up. It fucked me up. I used to have way better social skills pre-pandemic, but I'm trying to recover them. Well, like, how's I being 2020? Do you feel like making the jump into consulting gig was the right move over streaming? Eager to hear your thoughts. I don't know. I don't think that there was a right or wrong move, per se. But generally speaking, I mean, I'm leaning towards yes. My job hasn't been too stressful so far, though, so ask me in, like, a few months, and then I can give you a better answer, but, I mean, it's kind of nice that, like, now whenever I stream, I don't really have to care about, like, I don't know. I feel like I like having the reliable income. I feel like I don't feel as anxious. I think that I was, like, feeling a lot of anxiety when I was, like, streaming and, like, trying to make it a full-time job. And I feel like that, having that stress off my shoulders is, like, a huge thing. Like, I don't have to worry if I'm gonna be making enough to pay my rent or anything like that, you know, and I do think that was, like, a very big anxiety causer for me. The time commitment has been, like, oof, like, working 40 hours a week, you know? And obviously, like, when I was streaming, the activity was, like, a lot of fun, but I've also been trying to do both, so, I don't know. I think that it would be different if I just, like, completely stopped doing content creation and just switched to the corporate job completely, but I feel like that's not what I'm doing, so I don't know if I can really, like, give a full rundown, but I do feel like more freedom to express myself with content creation too. Like, I've been doing a lot more gaming streams, for example, and whatnot. Like, I feel more freedom to actually do the kind of content that I want to do now that I'm not relying on this as my source of income, you know? And yeah, for sure. I did an internship over the summer in consulting, so hearing the feedback you gave during streams helps me make a decision too. You drop a lot of good nuggets, really. I do like consulting. I think consulting is great. Like, I think that if you I don't know, I think everyone should start. I think it's a great field. Like, you just get a lot of experience. I think it's, like, very, like, if you can do well in school, you can do well in consulting. The skills transfer over immaculately. I don't know. It just feels like school continued, honestly. So if you hate school, you might not like the consulting world, but if you like school, I think consulting is I like it. I vibe with it. And, like, the people are, like, actually really nice. I think that it's been good for me to have social interactions outside of chat. I think that I was interacting with people far more on the internet than off. I mean, like, I had my friends that I hung out with during the pandemic, you know, but social situations were definitely not the same. I think it's been good for my sanity, restoring my faith in humanity a little bit, interacting with people out in the real world. Not that you guys aren't real people, but you know what I mean. Twitch chat is not the best representative of humanity a lot of the time. Making a full-time job streaming helps other students / early career peeps. Yeah, and I do like streaming. Like, I don't know, I do think that I would like to continue doing content creation on the side for as long as I can. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of turbulence is going on in the social media realm right now that, you know, I would be stressed as a full-time content creator. Would you want to do school / homework for the rest of your life? What do you mean? I wouldn't mind it. I mean, depends what I'm studying, but I've always liked school. Kind of content creator, I think. Really? Like, what do you, like the people that, like, talk about their jobs? I've thought about that, but at this point I feel like I'm all over the place with my content. My YouTube is I'm gonna start posting stuff on there, but I've always kind of liked being all over the place. That's who I am. I think that overall, I'm glad I was never really a creator that, like, pushed myself into a niche and, like, just made one kind of content or, like, whatever. Because, I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like that's reflective of me, and I like that I have felt a lot of freedom to express myself. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing like book reviews on YouTube. Since I like read books now, I would like, I can make like a YouTube video, a short little one after every book I read. I want to start doing that. I need to make an updated skincare video routine. Yeah, I like school, and essentially you would be doing school for most of your life, but to each their own if you like it. I do like school. Yeah, I guess that's like a hot take nowadays. I like school. School is fun. School is enjoyable. Come at me, chat. I like school. I'm also a fucking nerd. I like learning. I really do. I will be a lifelong learner. I plan to learn every day until I fucking die. But I think that, yeah, when you like are learning things that you enjoy, why wouldn't you like school? Hi, Dave. Hello. But even like in high school, I enjoyed that. Even when there was, I mean, I guess I didn't like English, but all the other subjects I still enjoyed. Learning, if you're learning interesting things, you know, why wouldn't it be enjoyable? The world is cool as fuck. I personally always liked science. I was a big science girly. I always loved my science classes. I still love science. I mean, even now, I only like watching educational YouTube videos. I love docuseries and documentaries. I just like, you know, I don't know why more people don't like learning. The world that we live in is so interesting and cool and crazy. Franco, thank you so much for the tier 1. Happy 12 months. You made it to a year. Thank you. Mwah. Oh, I loved biology. But I took biology and then I took AP biology. I didn't like biochem that much, but I loved like the history of evolution and like all of that kind of stuff. I thought was very interesting. I did not like chemistry. I'm more of a big picture girl. Physics was my favorite science class that I took in high school. But I also loved psychology. I thought about getting a psych minor in college, but too much work. Too much work for an interest. I can explore that interest outside of school. Hi, Franco. I'm doing good. How are you? Or they pay you so you like to do it. No, they didn't pay me in school. The fuck? You love school. You could do PhD in research. I mean, I feel like you can learn just as much in the real world as you could pursuing further education. You know, like I still feel like in my job I'm learning. But yeah, I don't know. I guess physics, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't really I understand that I think a lot of people don't like school just because of the structure of it, which makes me sad. I do think that different people learn in different ways, and everybody should be free to learn in the way that they learn best. But I don't know. I guess school was just attuned to my learning style. Okay, chat. I think I'm gonna peace out, Butter Scout. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is a fun, short little stream. I hope you guys don't mind. I'll probably do some more, 2-hour short little streams, at least when I'm working during the week, you know? I don't know when I'll be streaming again next. You own a business. Should people learn the way they learn best, or do you want to sell a product? What the fuck do you mean? We're not talking about being an entrepreneur right now. But, yeah, chat. Everyone, thank you for the 500 biddies, Alpha. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be streaming next. I want to do Genshin Impact because I just signed up for their Genshin Impact creator program, and I gotta be, there's like a leaderboard, and if you get on the leaderboard, then you can win money from Genshin Impact, and I'm also like, maybe if I can do well streaming during this time period, they can sponsor me, and imagine if I was sponsored to play Genshin, imagine getting paid to play your favorite video game, like that would be really cool. That'd be cool. I mean, I'm gonna play it no matter what, but it would be really cool if I got paid to play it as well. But We can continue our talks. Let me think. Should I stream tomorrow, maybe? I was thinking about doing my nails on stream. Maybe we can do that tomorrow. I'm going into the office Wednesday, so maybe we can do another chatting then gaming stream. I don't know. We'll see what the vibes. I am going into the office on Wednesday though, so I think there's like happy hour afterwards, so I will not be streaming Wednesday. I'm gonna be networking. All right, I will see you guys later in the week. I will definitely, I'm probably gonna stream before Sunday, but I hope you guys don't mind these short little baby streams, because sometimes I'm in the mood to stream, but I'm like, oh, I only have like an hour or two to stream. But I might just say fuck it and just start going live, even if I only have like a little time, because why not? It's a fun way to be free. And if I'm gonna quit smoking weed completely, I will need more activities to fill my time. Maybe I'll still be a weekend. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do some deep thinking. I'll do some journaling tonight about that and see how I feel afterwards. Okay. Mwah. Thank you guys for hanging around, and I will see you guys later. All right, say shots. Bye.